So greetings. So I am reviewing a paper called Breaking Barriers, Advancing Women's Political Participation and Leadership for Societal Change by Ms. Manali Chowdhury, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, University of Engineering and Management, Kolkata, West Bengal. So this research paper by Ms. Manali explores the institutional, socio-cultural and systemic barriers that prevent women from advancing in politics with an emphasis on attaining gender parity in decision-making processes. The principal objective was to explore women's solution for overcoming socio-cultural and institutional impediments to political involvement and leadership. And the second objective was to investigate the intersectional experiences of women from marginalized groups in political leadership roles. The methodology Ms. Manali has adopted in her study is basically literature evaluation from scholarly publications, books, reports, and policy documents about women's political engagement and leadership. And also, she has used scholarly databases like JSTOR and Google Scholar, as well as academic journals focused on gender studies, political science, and public policy. The key phrases used by her to analyze her studies are women in politics, gender and governance, political empowerment, intersectionality, affirmative action policies. And the data synthesized through these keywords and were analyzed using qualitative analytical techniques such as thematic analysis and content analysis to uncover the recurrent themes and patterns. So, objective one of Ms. Manali's research, which was investigation of strategies employed by women in political participation and leadership, revealed many tactics used by women to overcome socio-cultural and institutional impediments to political involvement and leadership. These initiatives include coalition building, networking, mentorship programs, community mobilization, and lobbying campaigns. Very interesting to note that Ms. Manali has used case examples from different countries, which she has cited as part of of fulfilling this objective one. Objective two was exploration of intersectional experiences of marginalized women in political leadership positions. Women from marginalized communities such as women of color, indigenous women, LGBTQ women, and women with disabilities. So all of them have very less experience in political leadership roles. So the findings of the study done by Ms. Manali highlighted the need of using an intersectional lens to understand the complex dynamics of gender and power inside political institutions. And furthermore, the findings emphasize that the importance of comprehensive policy initiatives and institutional changes to address structural inequalities, uh, encourage greater participation and equity in political leadership. So this is a review of Ms. Manali's paper. Overall, a very interesting study, and like I said, I mean, the most interesting part was usage of case studies to fulfill the objectives. So that's from Ms. Manali's case study. This research, Assessment of the Sustainable Practices, a specific study on green event management, has been written by Mr. Shukla, Jaykumar, Rashminbhai, Assistant Professor, LJ University, LJ Institute of Event Management, Ahmedabad. This research study interestingly delved into the increasing significance of eco-friendly event management practices within the framework of sustainable development. Through a critical analysis of present trends, obstacles, and advancements in the field, the study has sought to offer insights into how green event management can potentially alleviate the environmental impacts, encourage social responsibility, and bolster economic resilience. Utilizing an in-depth examination of literature, Mr. Shukla has interestingly used case studies and empirical data, and the research identified essential strategies and optimal approaches for successfully implementing green event management initiatives. Further, this study has also explored the influence of stakeholders, policy frameworks, and technological progress in shaping the trajectory of sustainable event planning and execution. So, the objective of the study was to thoroughly assess and examine how sustainable techniques are being used in green event management to reduce the carbon footprint and for determining the patterns of the present and the future that will lead to sustainability in events. So this study starts with a definition of what green events are. So events that are planned with an emphasis on environmental friendliness are often referred to as green event management, also known as event greening or sustainable event management. These kind of events, according to the author, try to keep the environment safe and have no harmful effects on the local ecology. The method utilized to organize an event with a special focus on environmental, social, and economic issues is called sustainable event management or event greening. So, this study highlighted the best practices of sustainable suppliers of these events, such as support from event attendees with regards to understanding and supporting sustainable food in the events, conducting virtual or hybrid events, usage of augmented reality and virtual reality, and use of technological advancements like contactless technology. Inclusion of local communities was highlighted in green events and continuously evaluating the green event management practices. Ultimately, all these solutions highlighted could lead to fulfilling of SDGs 7, 11, 12, and 13. So, green event management, as per the author, is a multifaceted field that includes community involvement, energy efficiency, trash reduction, and carbon footprint mitigation. The results of the study interestingly demonstrate that cooperation between event managers, guests, vendors, and local communities is necessary for the successful adoption of sustainable practices. Quite an interesting study again by Mr. Shukla, and highlights the importance of green events which need to be actually taken to the forefront.